I was surprised to learn that 5 million Americans were living with Alzheimer's disease in 2013. One day, you or a loved one could be on the receiving end of this devastating diagnosis. As a CNA living in a long-term care facility, I see the day-to-day struggle for people living with this disease. Naturally, I was curious to find out more about this debilitating diagnosis. In this speech, I will inform you about what Alzheimer's disease is, the symptoms, the risk factors for developing Alzheimer's disease, and the treatments available for this disease. First, what is Alzheimer's disease? According to the Mayo Clinic, Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disease that destroys memory and other important mental functions. It is the most common form of dementia in the elderly. It affects parts of the brain that involve memory, language, and thoughts. It can seriously affect a person's ability to carry out everyday activities. Second, what are the symptoms of this disease? Over time, the brain's changes associated with Alzheimer's disease lead to problems with memory, thinking and reasoning, and making judgments and decisions. At first, mild forgetfulness. Increasing forgetfulness and mild confusion may be the only symptoms that you notice with Alzheimer's disease. The character symptoms of dementia involve difficulties with memory, problem solving, language, and other cognitive skills that affect a person's ability to perform everyday activities. Changes in behavior and personality can cause a person with Alzheimer's disease to experience aggressiveness, wandering, irritability, and depression, as well as a distrust for others. Let's look at some risk factors for developing Alzheimer's disease. There are a few risk factors that increase the likelihood of developing Alzheimer's disease. Age is the greatest risk factor for developing Alzheimer's disease. Although Alzheimer's disease is not a normal part of aging, age is the greatest known risk factor for developing Alzheimer's disease. While Alzheimer's disease is not a normal part of aging, your risk increases after the age of 65. Genetics and family history can also play a part. You're more prone to getting Alzheimer's disease if you have a first relative that has the disease, such as a parent or sibling. The same risk factors that can expose you to heart disease can also make you more prone to develop Alzheimer's disease. These include obesity, lack of exercise, smoking, exposure to secondhand smoke, high blood pressure and cholesterol, and poorly controlled type 2 diabetes. Third, what are the treatments for diabetes? While there is no cure for Alzheimer's disease, there are treatments available that make help with the cognitive and behavioral symptoms. The medications approved to treat symptoms related to memory, thinking, language, judgment, and other processes are called cholinesterase inhibitors. According to the National Institute of Aging, these include Aricept, Exelon, and Razidine. An experimental drug is being used in clinical trials to help stop the progression of this disease. According to Time magazine, this experimental drug is designed to chip away at amyloid, a protein that breaks down the sticky plaque that may eventually strangle healthy nerve cells and destroy critical memory circuits. The Mediterranean diet has also been associated with the reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease. This diet is a way of eating that emphasizes foods low in saturated fats, healthy oils, and fresh produce. Although my speech has only given you a glimpse into the information available for Alzheimer's disease, I hope that it could at least give you a bit of insight into the challenges faced by someone who has Alzheimer's disease. If you're thinking that you can never get Alzheimer's disease, think again. More and more people over 65 are being diagnosed, and there is still no cure available. By 2050, the number of people diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease is expected to rise to 14 million people. This is a nearly 3/4 increase. Thank you.